We are here in Navy Pier. We are on top of the world. Come on, Luna, let's go. I have with me Luna. Come on, Luna. There. Social kami ni Luna. You see? Oh, wow, look at that. This is Chicago. See the skyscraper? Did you call your mom already? Did you call your mom yet?
Yeah.
Oh, what did she say? Said that's where we gonna ride. See?
You wanna boat ride?
That's where we gonna
You wanna go on a boat ride?
boat ride.
Okay.
Well, first we want to go in water. I want to see the light.
This is Chicago. See, look. This is where we came from. No, come on, this is where we came from there. This is where we came. You know, see the cars over there? That's where we came from over there. We came from there. See the cars? This is where we came from. Let's see the lake. Ooh, look at that. That's the beauty of Chicago. Ang ganda. Look at that beauty. That's where we gonna ride there. That's the water taxi.
Like a taxi goes with the water.
Yeah, because of the water. Then if you really want to go like play in the water, we could go at the back of the Lake Point Tower. Okay? Yeah, we're gonna have the whole day, so no hurry.
Yeah, I told her the last thing we'll do is get wet and we go home.
Yeah,
That's the last thing.
yeah. Uy. Ang ganda ng Chicago. See the lake, Luna, look. There. This is Chicago, Kapinay, the beauty of Chicago. See, look at that thing. It's turning now. The Ferris wheel is turning now. This is the beauty of Chicago, Kapinay. Look at that, the beauty of Chicago. Yes. This is Lake Michigan over Navy Pier. Lakeshore Drive. Ooh, look at that, Lake Michigan. Beautiful. See that? See it? Do you see it? There, there's a seagull. Here, thanks. How is it, Luna? Good? Good ice cream? Yeah. Alright, let's go. Now you will not be tired walking, right? Okay, let's go. We are here and maybe here. Back to Navy Pier. The flags are out. They usually like put a chair here and you could sit down and be on the breeze, feel the breeze. Their shoreline, let's see. Oh yeah, see? They have chairs over there. Sit here and relax, like maybe in the afternoon when the sun's out. Nice. Have a beer, have a drink. Hello. Wow, they really made this. They home improvement. Here, Navy Pier, copy guys. Navy Pier. It's summertime. On the boat tour, shoreline, south shore, shoreline, sightseeing.
It's actually the only private skyscraper on the lake side of that road. DuSable Lakeshore Drive runs down the edge of Lake Michigan, and the lakefront is supposed to be public parks and beaches, not private developments. But in the late 60s, those developers found a zoning loophole that allowed them to build those fancy apartments.
Architectural tour,
This one is the only private skyscraper. Lakeshore Drive. There have been a lot of rumors over the years about
We're moving.
Supposedly had apartments in there, including Tom Cruise, Scotty Pippen, and Halle Berry. That's true. This area was a marsh, sort of a swampy area. Onion-type plants called leeks and reeds. So New York is the Big Apple. You could technically call it Chicago, but this is stinky onion. If you had been here years before there was ever a city, the Chicago River, where we're on right now, would look a lot different. Originally, the Chicago River was only about 4 feet wide, 2 feet deep, and it flowed into Lake Michigan. Today, the river is about 100 feet wide, 20 feet deep, and it flows out of the lake through the city. How did that happen? Well, in the late 1800s, the city was growing a lot. We were all using the river as a sewer. A lot of gross stuff and industrial runoff from meat processing plants would go into the river and flow out into Lake Michigan. The problem with that, Lake Michigan, is where we get our drinking water. It started causing outbreaks of waterborne diseases like cholera. We do something about it. So in the late 1800s, we made an ambitious plan to reverse the direction of the entire river. We dug a series of canals to the south and west that connected the Des Plaines River, which connects to the Illinois River, the Mississippi River, all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. It took 3 years of planning, 8 years of digging. We moved more dirt than we moved for the Panama Canal. In the year 1900, we successfully completed our project to reverse the direction of the Chicago River, which flows out of Lake Michigan. Off to your left, you can see one of the locks. The doors are open right now for the locks. That's how we control the flow of boats and water from the lake to the river. On average, Lake Michigan is about 4 feet higher than the Chicago River, so they have to account for that difference. Now, so closely monitor those locks to make sure no invasive species get in or out. In recent years, Lake Michigan has had an invasive species called zebra mussels, a type of mollusk. It's been filtering the water. It's actually changed the color of Lake Michigan to a lighter blue, more tropical color, and by extension, it's changed the color of the main branch of the Chicago River, where we're on right now, and this is water flowing out of Lake Michigan. We're going to go into this first bridge into DuSable Lakeshore Drive. Chicago has a lot of these. We actually have the second most movable bridges of any city in the world, Amsterdam being number 1. And by a movable bridge, I mean they can raise. We'll talk more about raising our bridges later on. Once you get up underneath this first bridge with one of your first great photo ops on the tour, while we're underway and I'm on the mic, feel free to take as many pictures as you like. We just ask you mostly take pictures from your seat, so you're not blocking anyone's view standing up. And near the end of the tour, when we get back out here, we'll take a nice long photo break. That'll be a great time to stand up and take some group photos. Near the end of the tour, which is about 75 minutes long, we finish at the same place where we started. Did you know skyscrapers are actually designed to sway in the breeze? It's true, you don't want them to be too rigid, you also don't want them to sway too much. So in this tour, I'm going to tell you about 3 methods of sway reduction, how we calm down skyscrapers swaying in the breeze. The first one, if you look at the tallest out of those 3 towers, near the top, there's a gap. It's called a blow-through floor. The idea is wind, you take a shortcut through that gap, take some pressure off the tallest part of the building. Now that blow-through floor was not the original designs for the St. Regis. Right around the time they started construction, they did some more small-scale tests and realized their math was off and they needed more help with the wind. So they just never built floors 83 and 84, which is a huge bummer for the developers because many of those other floors sold for millions of dollars as high-end apartments. Like one of the penthouse units, the top 2 floors of that middle tower sold for about $20 million. One of the biggest sales in Chicago's history. And I'm pretty happy with my purchase. St. Regis is made with 6 different shades of blue glass meant to imitate how the water and the sky look different under different light conditions. You see how the blue glass gets darker with the statue of David. Her heights are no coincidence. That lowest setback is the same height as the roof of the Wrigley Building. That's 2009, saying hello to 1924. It's a great example of a modern style called contextualism, as in context, ways your buildings to flow with the context around them. In this case, the height of each of those three setbacks corresponds to the height of a different older building nearby. Trump Tower was designed by a Chicago architect, Adrian Smith, also known as the world's tallest architect, because he designed the tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. To help picture the tallest building in the world, picture two of Trump Towers stacked on top of each other. About twice the height of Trump Tower. That's about the height of the tallest building in the world, designed by the same architect, Adrian Smith, right here in Chicago. Taking a rigid airship to work, or Zeppelin, they made a parking spot for blimps. Unfortunately, a blimp had never parked there. Right as they built that, the Hindenburg disaster happened. It missed the blimp explosion, and blimps got a lot less popular. Ahead on your right, that white clock tower is the Wrigley Building. When it was completed in 1924, that was the tallest building in Chicago. It's an architectural style called Spanish Revival. That time in the early 20s, American architects were still trying to figure out their own unique sense of style, so we're still copying European styles. Specifically, that clock tower is modeled after a cathedral in Sevilla, Spain, without being about that. So it's an office building made to look like a cathedral. If you're a baseball fan, I recommend the name Wrigley. Wrigley Field, the Chicago Cubs play is named for the same company. This was originally their offices. The Wrigley Company started off as a soap and baking powder company, and then one time they did a promotion that included a free stick of chewing gum with every purchase. The gum was so popular, it just became a chewing gum company. This was their original offices. Today in the Wrigley Building, you'll find a Lou Malnati's deep dish pizza joint, as well as a beer at Kelly's, looking for a nice ice cream sundae, and I'm not that okay. And the basement of the Wrigley Building, the Billy Goat's Tavern, made famous by the Cheeseburger SNL sketch back in the day. The bottom of the Wrigley Building is actually a darker shade of gray, and as you work your way up that clock tower, there's fewer and fewer dark gray spots. It's lighter as you go up. That's intentional. The idea is to draw your eye upwards. Remember, this used to be the tallest building in Chicago. This was our Sears Tower back in the day. They wanted you looking up at it. The way they did that is the outside of the Wrigley Building is tile. It's covered in more than 250,000 enamel terracotta tiles, which gives it that lovely color gradient, getting lighter as you go up. And those tiles also make the Wrigley Building more fire-proof. Fire is unfortunately a big part of Chicago's history. We'll talk more about the Great Chicago Fire of 1871 later on in the tour. For now, it's time to take a look at the second. And the restaurants below that, you can even park your boat in the marina underneath. At the time these were built in the 1960s, the river was still very industrial. A lot more factories. It was stunning. Not a lot of people wanted to live right by the river. So those were these were some of the first big residential buildings on the river, and to include anything as residents could possibly want. I actually got to go to a New Year's Eve party in one of those towers. And on New Year's, there's barges on the river and shoot out fireworks. So I got to watch fireworks going on while I was up. It's pretty cool. Probably the best thing I got out of that relationship. Anyways, on your left, that short concrete building with the gold 5-5 is also from 1968. A very different style called feudalism. The late 60s were a tumultuous time, and certain institutions wanted to convey a sense of stability. So they built these fortress-like buildings with exposed concrete and small inset windows. Feudalism is a style that came away pretty quickly in the late 60s. The style we see on a lot of government buildings, university campuses, and libraries. Now, for contrast to heavy fortress, the next one left is elegant glass skyscraper. I follow these white granite columns all the way up the roof. You'll see the roof looks like an ancient Greek temple. Kind of looks like a Parthenon. In Athens, stretched out to a glass skyscraper. This is 77 West Western style called neo-classical. You take on classical, ancient Greek design. Pretty cool from a time perspective. We're here in 2024, looking at a building from 1892, which is itself a reference all the way back to ancient Greece. Feel free to take as many pictures as you like. It'll be pretty much non-stop photo ops. I'll be sure to try to point out if I see any extra special photo opportunities. All along next to us on the left, you see people enjoying the Chicago River Walk, built in the early 2000s at a cost of $112 million. Each section of the river walk between the various sets of bridges is called a room. Each room has its own unique style and character. The room to our left right now is known as the River Theater, named for those steps that we have in an ancient amphitheater. Pretty cool how they have trees from right on the steps right there. The idea of having a river walk on the Chicago River dates back to 1809, part of a long-term plan for the whole city called the Burnham Plan by an architect named Daniel Burnham. That plan is also a big part of the reason we have our